bado. Yeah, but I have to develop songs. Yeah, for now. Sijaanza kuandika.
We ready for the panel. Introduce now. Kona funitizi nafanya hapa.
Tunazoeana lakini ni poa.
Pole pasta. Pole pasta.
Pastor Bantu again here. Pastor Bantu started church and I'm glad to be here. Leo sina mob.
My name is Steve Modosi. I'm a psychologist and glad to be back.
Welcome back. We've brought Mosca back into this vibe.
Yes, finally, I'm back.
Eh?
With a bang.
Mosca,
Yeah.
when I say ready, Jim, what do you think?
Ukisema ready, mimi take niliona hizi ready karibu niende.
Ameshinda kuongea. Pastor hata kama hutaki kuongea mo itabidi ongea mo. Watu wengine wanateleza hapa hivi. Pasi haizi jua, acha tumueleze. Ni pastor. Pastor haizi jua hii nini inaendelea, anajuanga tu mambo ya jina.
Buda. Leo mimi amulia sindo?
Na Red Sea.
Asa unadhani mimi ni blonde hivyo?
Tuambie
mimi yule pasi na nimetoka Islando for a start.
Yeah, by the way.
Tunaongea juu ya atikiona nini? Hebu rudia tena.
Ukiona red. Alafu sikie Jim.
Ukiona red alafu sikie
soja tumevamiwa. Na pia tumevaa miwa, no, hatuvai mamiwa. Unafikiria nini?
Tunaongea juu ya red sana. Wacha niseme tu nani.
Pasi yako sawa. Hata kana jidoubt.
Tunaongea juu ya red sana.
Unajua hiyo story? Unajua vile kulienda?
Nilisikia siku hizi musicians hafai kwenda gym. Wanakuwa mabody. Wanapiga maproducer.
What did you make of that story, man?
That was sad.
What part of it was sad?
The part of a musician fighting another one. Hatufai ku fight. Did God get us to fight?
But
really?
did you get the whole synopsis?
I didn't really get the whole story, but you know what happens at the end of the day.
It's true at fight, I agree, yeah.
But I didn't get the whole story. But I think you place ya fight ndio ilinishika sana juu. I'm one of those people who fear fighting.
Synopsis.
So yeah.
Kidogo tu ndio shika tu makivu. Nimepiga show nafanya album moja hapo moto nimeita baddest album nika launch nikasema Safaricom kujeni msponsor kujeni msponsor nikaita sijui nani kutoka majuu na nani mwingine kalipa wase wote si ndio?
I got that.
Now when I'm performing none of my new songs are ready because umekwama nazo. So I am embarrassed because hakuna wimbo mpya ile nilikuwa nakuja ku launch nimeimba.
Yes, I get that and I had that.
Yes.
But then mbona hizo songs zilikuwa milioni. So that's the question you should be asking. And I think nilisikia akwa milipa. So probably there's a disagreement between Red Sun na producer yake, sindo?
Mudosi.
Well, thank you for giving us the synopsis because I heard the story from very far. I would not have commented anything. But I think there's something we call emotional intelligence. And currently in the corporate world, emotional intelligence is being rated higher than EQ, which is than IQ, which is the intelligence quotient, which has been always rated high. But apparently, if your emotional intelligence is good, you should be able to handle yourself together. You're not judged by how you handle yourself during a non-crisis, but how you handle yourself during a crisis.
Wow.
That is the person you are.
Wow.
And so I think my comment on that is, hey, we need to put our hearts in a place where we can face something and still walk out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, 2020 leo time inatupeleka.
Just to add on that.
No. Twende kwa ile tuambie watu wa Tanzania pole. About your capsize, man.
Yes. Saizi nimesema death toll imefika 207.
You know me, I was still at 100.
207 and they say that the ferry had about 300 people. That means over half wamedai, and that is sad. Those are families, those are dads, those are sisters, brothers, na kila mtu. It is such a sad time for them and even for us as neighboring country. So our heartfelt condolences to the families, and may God give you peace. May God stand with you at this particular moment. I know it's not what you expected. I know some had gone for biashara, some were going maybe, to bring whatever you really, really needed, and I think you've lost hope. What I would like to tell you is that it's not a surprise to God, and God knows what is happening, and God knows how you're feeling. And as a pastor, what I'll tell you is keep hope. Keep trusting God, and God will help to rise above that. But again, I would also want to say that it's not the first time this is happening to Tanzania. Actually, in a span of about 20 years, they've had about 3 ferries or 4.
Yeah, there's something that you need to check it out.
And the guy is really dying, because the first one, I think 500 died, and the next one about 300 or 100.
Crazy
so
numbers.
it's crazy. And for President Magufuli to arrest the officials for negligence, I think he did well, because again, people have to take responsibility. These are not things that you just wake up and do. So as much as we're saying that God knows what is happening, but there's also that part that we must play as people, that God has given us the responsibility to take care of other people.
Yeah.
And so for that to happen 3 times, 4 times, and hundreds of people dying, there's something wrong that they really have to take care of.
Bwana Mudhusi, tumefika mahali unasikianga tu, okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. All not in favor say nay. Nay. The ayes have it.
I think that was very interesting. I tried playing back that clip, and I was like, yes, there was a problem there. But I think on the flip side, because someone needs to raise some money for something, and I saw someone posting something today, and they said how in the US, one state with 38 million people has one governor, one senator, and one House representative. But in Kenya here, you Buvi, as you sit here, you are being represented by how many people? From your county, there is MCA, there is women rep is not representing you. You see all that, and so you look at all that and realize that really we brought ourselves here, because we, like, the whole country has 45 million people, for example, roughly,
approximately,
and we have 1,752 MCAs. We have 47 governors, 47 senators, all those numbers, and someone has to pay them. So I think we brought, when we went for the voting for the constitution and the new constitution and everything else, we should have seen this, I think. So much as the president had to find a way of funding these things, number one, we needed to think about this and bring those numbers down, because the US is doing better than us and they have less representation. Because number one, even if the taxes were high, I would not mind if you take taxes from me for 50%, but let the systems work.
Let the system
let me
work,
go to the road and find some good functioning public transport, matatus and the buses and everything else, a train which is working, which is happens in other countries where they may take as much as 50, 40, 30% tax, but you find everything is working, because the progress of our country is not measured by how many people can drive cars on the road, but if people can trust the public system and the way other systems are working, then I think we are doing good. But if you tax me and then at the end of the day I still have to go out of my way to do my road in Syokimau up there or somewhere else to just tarmac your own road, I mean, it doesn't work like that. So if our taxes were being put into good use, Kenyans will not have a problem, because people value value.
People value.
Yes.
Do you value? Do you increase your value to value your value? That's kind of value. I think I want to summarize this by saying, I think even when as we prepare, we always think of preparing for elections when it's 2021 December and 2022 is coming. Yes. But we need to think there are 2 tribes. I always think there are 2 tribes in Kenya: the politicians and the non-politicians. But somehow wako na hiyo nguvu ya kutuenjoy, tunasimama hapa kama mkambio 6 naanza kuchapa Meru hapa hivi Moscow, and yet the guys benefiting huko juu anakuja chai, nilikuweza leo, nilikuweza. I'll buy you a drink today. Umeniweza, and maybe the power of prayer, Pastor. What do we need to do as Christians other than actively engaged? Okay, pray, and actually how would you perceive all this?
We need to be united. I think that's the most
United, I think.
Not Manchester United, but we need probably to be Kenya United, because I think our system is broken. Our systems are broken. And where systems are broken, there's somebody who will be benefiting and not everyone. That's why we have power, divide and rule.
Right.
And so there are few people that will have power and they'll be ruling, and there are few people that will be used and they'll be suffering, because the most people that are crying now me and you, I don't know, other people, are the people that were agreed to be divided. And the Bible says that a kingdom that is divided cannot stand. Cannot stand. So if, as long as we will remain divided, Mkamba, Meru, Jaluo, Mluya hapa, we will never. As long as we keep on talking about Luo Nation and I don't know, the Mount Kenya and all that, we will not go anywhere. We'll be just there and crying every now and then. So God called us to unite, and that's the only prayer that God ever prayed. That if they unite, I pray that they become one.
As we are one.
As we are one.
Yeah.
And in oneness, you see what God has done. And in oneness of God and the Holy Spirit and Jesus, you see what is happening. And when we unite, it will be so easy for us to even consult and understand that we do not really need these many leaders that are spending I don't know how many billions of shillings in salaries, you know. And then on that, we can pray, because we can really pray. We can pray until blisters ishike ulimi, you know, or paka to tunini tugande miguu tukinini.
Pasa mali anatupeleka ni kwa maombi
tena. We have to pray. So, Kenya, we have to pray.
Ulisema una mad words mob no kuna save some for next week. You'll be here next week. In fact, he road ndio ina inspire hii story and sign. We keep praying, but you can still pray as we take a break. And we will be right back with one other artist called Danny Gift. Thank you, panelists. Kazi fresh. Mosca. Yeah. Stand firm. We will be right back.